So today I'm going to show you how to get started with the PASCO Python library on a Windows computer. So I'm going to walk you through what you need to install to get your computer ready to go ahead and start coding in Python with PASCO sensors. So the best place to start is on the PASCO Python page. You can find that page in the download section on our website. Scroll down and click Python. And here we have a little bit about what this library does. And we have a link here to the GitHub page. So I'll talk about that later on. We have a list of compatible sensors and system requirements. So this does work on Windows, Mac, or Linux. Today I'm going to show you on a Windows computer, but you can also follow similar instructions for a Mac or a Linux computer. So my computer does have Bluetooth, so I'm fine there. I need to install Python and I need to have an IDE. An IDE is an integrated developer environment, and that's pretty much what you'll be typing your code into. That's going to help you type your code and run the Python code. I use VS Code. Other popular ones are PyCharm. There's other ones out there as well. You can use any of these, but today I'm just going to cover Visual Studio Code or VS Code. So let's start off by going to python.org to download the latest version of Python. From the home page, I can click on the download section. And as of the recording of this video, 3.10 is the latest version, latest stable version. So I go ahead and click on the download button. And once that downloads, I'll click on the installer. So this step is very, very important. You need to make sure that add Python 3.10 to path is checked. Again, that's very, very important that that option is checked. Without that, you may or may not be able to run Python on your computer. Because VS Code won't know where to find it. So make sure that's checked. And just click on the regular install now option. And that's because we need this package called pip installed. So just to make sure that gets installed, I'm going to click on install now. So while that's installing, I'm going to go ahead and download Visual Studio Code. So let's go ahead and I'm on code.visualstudio.com. Another way to get to this is just to Google search VS Code. And here we're on the website. And right away, there's a download button here available. So if I click on download for Windows, I can go ahead and it's going to go ahead and start the download. I already have VS Code installed, so I'm not going to walk you through that steps. But just like Python, you open up the installer. There's no special instructions. Just click next until it's installed on your computer. All right, so I'm going to go back to our website, the PASCO website here. And while this is downloading, let me go ahead and go to the GitHub page. So this is like the homepage for the project. And the reason I say homepage is all of the instructions that a user will need or that you'll need are on this page. So really, right at the top here, if I start scrolling down, there's a link to project examples. So we'll get to that in another video. Also here, it says to install the package, the one that allows you to connect to PASCO sensors, you need to type this command into your terminal. So I'll show you what that is when we open up VS Code. And then at the bottom here, starts talking about, again, the compatible sensors and just some of the commands that are available here. If I scroll all the way to the bottom, I can actually see some examples. Give me a second. And I can just copy paste these examples into VS Code and start running them to connect to a sensor. All right. Looks like Python has been installed, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to minimize this and let's open up Visual Studio Code. So the next step, what we're going to do is it pretty much ensures that Python is installed. So if I open up VS Code, I see this terminal at the bottom here. If you don't see terminal, you may need to actually enable it, and you can go to view and click on terminal here to toggle it. So again, I want to make sure I have the terminal tab selected here. And I'm going to type in pip -- version. And it says right here, version is 21.2.4. And at the end, it says Python 3.10. So that pretty much verifies that I have Python and pip installed properly. And because I have that installed, next thing I need to do is pip install PASCO. And that should install the package onto my computer. And just like that, it's done and we're ready to get started with the coding. One other thing that I want to walk you through, it's the Python extension for Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to go ahead on the left here and click extensions. And I'm going to install the Python extension, and this will pretty much just help us write the code. It'll do this thing called like prediction, where it's helping us, it'll help predict what we're going to be typing in. So I have it recommended here at the bottom, or I can just type in Python in the search at the top. And again, I clicked on this extensions option. The first one, it has this check mark here. It says Microsoft, 49.5 million downloads. That's the one I want to install. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. And that's going to help me write Python code for Visual Studio. So once that's done installing, I'm going to reopen Visual Studio Code, and then I'll be ready to get started with my first example. So again, we'll show you that in the next video. Thank you.